Hey everybody, Tommy Castro here. We're doing a little segment as we're traveling around California, doing some gigs, gearing up for that blues cruise next week. We're taking a minute to do a thing called Meet the Band. This guy's been working with me for 25 years. I think it's time that you hear from him finally. Randy McDonald, everybody.
Slap the bass player, not the bass. That's what they like to say about me. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, we're rolling into San Luis Obispo to play for the Central Coast Blues Society. I heard rumor that a bunch of the Central Valley Blues Society people are going to make an appearance.
Yeah, they're going to protest because I got the Blues Society name wrong last night. Central Valley, Central Coast. It's an easy mistake to make. But anyway, let's tell these people a little something about our story, man. I mean, it goes back 25 years.
Well, you and I
You're going to have to shorten it up.
You and I met over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Soledad Prison, if I'm correct. In the Dynatones, which was sort of a sentence in itself, but
wait till Walter sees this.
Yeah, no. We met in a great blue-eyed soul band, the Dynatones, and then Tommy decided shortly after that it was time to do his own thing, and I was lucky enough to be the first one involved. So we started this journey. That was 25 years ago.
Is it true that Walter hired you because he liked your hair?
He thought I was a nice guy.
Well, you do make a good first impression.
Yeah, that's where his words. And he liked my hair.
And he liked your hair. I know that was part of it. So yeah, we spent some time together in the Dynatones, and then you left. And a little while after that. But when you left the Dynatones, we were doing these side gigs. I'd go on the road with the Dynatones, we'd come home to San Francisco, we'd play some of the local blues joints, and I'd pick up Randy, and Walter would play drums with us, and that's when I kind of started doing my own gigs under my own name. And then left the band, and then you were the first guy I called to join the band.
Yeah, well, so when you left the Dynatones, you already had the doors open to start your own thing, and you were able to book us 30 nights a month. Within a few months of forming the band, we were working every night.
Yeah.
Every night, building our reputation and our bank accounts.
Man, people were stuffing a lot of money in those tip jars. We were really hauling it off to the bank in large numbers.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't make a lot of money per show. In those days, we had a lot of gigs, and so everybody was able to survive just fine. And then we started working on our own songs.
We even tried busking, and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah. Yeah, let's don't talk about that.
We needed to be funnier and louder.
Bill Campbell came by and put $1 in our bucket one day and said, "This needs to be a lot louder and a lot funnier." Enough about Bill Campbell.
Yeah, we could go on about Mr. Personality.
That's right.
Well, we eventually started forming our own sound, and then you started writing the music, and we all did. Keith was writing, and Shad was writing, and eventually Billy.
We put that first record out, and that was when we figured out that we had something to offer. We really had some kind of a sound. The first record did real well for us. And you've always been, if not necessarily involved in the writing of a song, but it comes down to, arranging it and figuring out what to do with it in the show, and good ideas for, arrangements for the recordings. You've always been a big part of that. big contributor when it comes to that stuff.
I put a lot of 2 cents into it.
Yeah, so here's the story about Randy, though. You know, we were just getting going in the early days of the band, and when we started traveling, he was always asking me questions like, well, where are we going to, you know, what hotel are we going to be staying in, and how are we going to be getting there, and, you know, when are we going to fly, and, you know, and I just, I immediately realized that I wasn't the best guy for that job. And Randy became our road manager like right away. As soon as we started getting out of San Francisco, he became involved in being our road manager. And tell him, what do you do? What's part of your job besides playing the bass?
Relinquished those duties to me, and kept all the songwriting money for yourself. I'm the tour manager. I do all the logistics. It doesn't include booking. I work with our booking agent, field the offers we get in to make them logistically line up down the road and make sense in routing, and then I just start piecing all the tour details together, whether it be the navigation or the hotel, or airport transportation, flights, all that stuff.
And advancing
with every. I'm the first one into the venue and the last one out usually, and then going in can be a month ahead of time. I start advancing with the venue. A lot of these venues we've been to now, so my job is really easy. Nothing to it. You know,
your favorite part of the job is that you spend all this time putting itineraries together with all the information we need, and then everybody still
ignores it.
Questions about the gig.
No, my favorite part of the job was doing the guest lists, and then Michael came in the band, and he insisted on taking.
How did we ever get by without Mike?
Taking over the guest list duties, and I miss
more about him later.
I miss it so. That's why he's now making the big bucks.
So yeah, man. We made about 12 records, 14 records together, something like that.
This boat afloat for 25 years, man. Yeah.
So when I met you back in the early days of the Dynatones, Sammy was about 6 months old.
My oldest daughter, Sammy. Yep.
And you want to tell him a little bit about Sammy?
Sammy, I remember driving home from a rehearsal with you, and she was in her car seat in the back of my old Impala or something. And
your Rambler.
Oh, my Rambler, maybe. Yeah, that's what. And sexier. And I had Sammy. She must have been a little older, because she must have been 1.5 or something.
Yeah.
And I had her doing the James Brown scream. So I wanted to show off to you, and I said, you know, Sammy, how does James Brown sing? And instead of doing the scream, she shames her dad and says, with a microphone, Dad.
Well, anyway,
yeah, 28 years later, she's got her own career going. Well, she's had her own career going on for 10 years. But she's, in her free time, she's joining us on the road, driving the bus, helping me out with stuff, and selling our merchandise, and jumping up on stage, doing a little cameo with us every now and then. A little rap and roll feature we do. We like to call, what do we call it?
the good part of the night, you know. Sammy gets up and does her thing, and you know, we do a song called "She Wanted to Give It to Me." It's just the right groove and the right beat and everything for her to rap to, yeah. And she kills it every time. And people are a little apprehensive at first when somebody starts rapping on our blues stage, but it just takes about you know, a couple of minutes before everybody's with it.
One over.
Yeah. Anyway, she's following in her old man's footsteps, going down. You know, you never want to give anybody an idea like this is a good idea, this is a great life for you, go into the music business. You know, you just kind of don't do that. If they want to do it, you support them, but you don't ever suggest it as a possibility. But if they have to do it, just like us, we have to do it, you know. So yeah, that's been pretty cool.
And we have to keep doing it, because we can't do nothing else.
So let's see, what else do people want to know about you, man? You came up, you grew up in Southern California, San Diego.
I was in Pennsylvania till I was almost 10, and then I moved to San Diego and was immediately immersed in the surf culture, and then eventually picked up music. My father was a musician as well, so he, in some sense, handed it down to me. My dear old dad, trumpet player and singer, and just another ham bone.
He was really great, man. He looked like a guy that's, you know, you'd see at the country club, you know, some kind of a sweater and, you know, slacks, and
he had a cardigan in every color and shade.
And he would come up on stage with us sometimes and play the trumpet, and played 2 notes and the crowd would go wild. He played just with so much soul and finesse.
Tone.
Yeah, he had great tone and his great phrasing, and people didn't expect that it was going to be that great. It was always really cool to see the reaction of the crowd. And I remember telling him one time, I said, Sam, we're playing the best we can all night. We're really doing everything to give the show, and then you come up in 2 notes, and you know, everything that we did to that point is extinct. I said, they love you every time. He goes, they always do.
So yeah, when Sammy was born, whether I was gonna have a boy or a girl, it was gonna be a Sam named after him. So that's his namesake.
So that's how come we call Sammy Sammy.
So that's
Samantha.
That's his namesake. Yeah. And by the way, both Sammys appear on my record, On the Wild Side. Get it now. Heart and Soul Records.
There's a few copies running around out there somewhere. The other thing, okay, so how about your bass player influences?
Duck Dunn was my main man.
Yeah.
We lost him recently.
You got to meet him.
I got to meet him. He played my bass. We were working the record with the Dynatones with the great Steve Cropper, and ended up playing at Cropper's wedding. So I got to meet Duck there. But yeah, Duck's my main influence. I mean, there's been others along the way, but that's my main one.
All right, man. Well, anything else you want to tell the fans? Like how great it is working for me and all these years, something like that.
I love working with Mr. Castro. He's fair and honest, and I
don't want you to lie.
Don't cross me. Now we've been doing this like partners for 25 years. It's been a slow crawl, but a real joy around every corner, and here we go around another corner.
All right.
Woohoo!
Randy McDonald, everybody. I'll talk to you guys soon. We'll think of something else that might be a little bit interesting for you.
Good luck with that.
We're gonna wait till we get to Mike Emerson's interview.
Yes.